Recognizing the signs of manipulation is the first step in protecting yourself from being taken advantage of. Many times, people don't even realize they are being manipulated until they're deeply entangled in a situation that drains them emotionally, mentally, or even financially. Manipulators are skilled at disguising their intentions, making it seem as though they genuinely care about you, while in reality, they are only benefiting from your kindness, trust, or resources. One of the most common signs of manipulation is when someone consistently makes you feel guilty for not doing what they want. They may use phrases like, "After everything I've done for you, you can't do this one thing for me?" Or, "If you really cared, you wouldn't say no." These guilt-tripping tactics are designed to pressure you into complying with their desires, even if it goes against your own needs or values. Over time, this can lead to a pattern where you feel obligated to meet their expectations, fearing that saying no might make you look ungrateful or selfish. Another red flag is when someone constantly plays the victim to gain your sympathy and support. They may exaggerate their struggles, act helpless, or make you feel responsible for fixing their problem. They create an illusion that without your help, they will suffer, making you feel guilty if you choose to step back. While it's natural to want to help those you care about, a manipulator will take advantage of this compassion, using your empathy as a tool to keep you under their control. You may also notice that your opinions, feelings, and needs are often dismissed or minimized. A manipulator may make you feel as if your concerns are insignificant, twisting the situation so that you begin to doubt your own judgment. They might say things like, "You're overreacting," or "That never happened, you're just imagining things." This tactic, known as gaslighting, is meant to make you question your perception of reality, keeping you dependent on their version of events. Being aware of these warning signs is crucial because manipulation thrives in ignorance. Once you recognize the patterns, you can take steps to protect yourself by setting firm boundaries and prioritizing your well-being. No one has the right to control or take advantage of you. And by acknowledging the signs, you empower yourself to break free from unhealthy relationships. Understanding why manipulators target certain individuals can help you protect yourself from being taken advantage of. People who are kind-hearted, empathetic, and trusting often become targets because they naturally want to help others. While these are admirable qualities, they can sometimes be used against you by those who see your generosity as an opportunity for their own gain. Recognizing this pattern allows you to maintain your kindness while ensuring it is not exploited. One of the key reasons manipulators succeed is that they carefully choose their approach. They often start by building trust, making you believe they have your best interests at heart. They might shower you with compliments, offer emotional support, or present themselves as someone who genuinely understands you. This phase, often called love bombing in certain situations, creates a sense of obligation, making it difficult for you to say no when they begin making demands. The moment you start feeling indebted to them, they gradually shift the dynamic in their favor. Additionally, manipulators thrive on control. They subtly create situations where you feel dependent on them, whether emotionally, financially, or socially. They may isolate you from others, making you believe that they are the only ones who truly care about you. This tactic is dangerous because it limits your perspective and makes it harder to seek help or recognize unhealthy behavior. You might begin to second-guess yourself, wondering if they are the problem rather than seeing how they are controlling the situation to their advantage. Another reason people fall into the trap of manipulation is their own fear of confrontation or rejection. Many individuals hesitate to set boundaries because they don't want to come across as rude, ungrateful, or selfish. Manipulators take advantage of this fear, knowing that you are more likely to comply rather than risk damaging the relationship. They may use passive-aggressive remarks, silent treatment, or emotional outbursts to make you feel guilty about standing up for yourself. Understanding that being taken advantage of is not a reflection of your weakness, but rather of someone else's selfishness, is crucial. You don't need to change your kind nature to protect yourself. You just need to be mindful of who truly deserves your time and energy. Setting boundaries, trusting your instincts, and surrounding yourself with people who respect you are essential steps in ensuring that your kindness is not misused. When someone takes advantage of you, one of the most harmful aspects is the erosion of self-worth. Over time, constant manipulation and reciprocated efforts and emotional neglect can make you question your own value. You may start believing that you are only appreciated for what you can give, rather than for who you truly are. This realization can be painful, but it is also an important wake-up call, one that reminds you to reclaim your self-respect and set clear boundaries. It's easy to get caught in the cycle of always giving, especially when you genuinely care about others. You may feel that by going the extra mile, you will eventually be appreciated, but manipulators rarely change. They take as long as you allow them to. The moment you stop sacrificing your well-being for someone who only sees you as a means to an end, you take the first step toward regaining control over your own happiness. You deserve to be surrounded by people who see your worth, not just those who seek to benefit from your kindness. So often, people who manipulate others have a sense of entitlement. They believe they deserve what you offer without having to reciprocate. They expect you to always be available, to always say yes, and to tolerate mistreatment without complaint. They do not respect your time, your emotions, or your needs. This is why it is essential to recognize when someone is taking without giving back. The sooner you acknowledge this imbalance, the sooner you can take action to protect yourself. Walking away from someone who takes advantage of you is not about revenge. It's about self-preservation. It's about understanding that love, respect, and friendship should never be one-sided. When you start prioritizing yourself, you will notice a shift. Those who genuinely care about you will respect your boundaries, while those who are only around for their own benefit will drift away. And that's okay. Letting go of the wrong people makes space for the right ones. People who value you for who you are, not just for what you can offer. One of the most challenging aspects of dealing with someone who takes advantage of you is recognizing when it is happening. At first, it may seem like you are simply being kind, generous, or understanding. You may justify their behavior, telling yourself that they are going through a tough time or that they will eventually appreciate your efforts. But over time, patterns emerge. Patterns where your needs are consistently ignored, where you are always the one making sacrifices, and where your kindness is treated as an expectation rather than something to be valued. It can be emotionally draining to give so much to someone who does not reciprocate. You start feeling exhausted, unappreciated, and even resentful. This emotional burden can seep into other areas of your life, affecting your confidence, your mental health, and even your relationships with others. The longer you allow yourself to be taken for granted, the harder it becomes to break free from this cycle. You may even start doubting yourself, wondering if you are overreacting or if you are expecting too much. But the truth is, you are simply expecting the basic level of respect and appreciation that everyone deserves. People who take advantage of others often do so because they know they can get away with it. They push boundaries little by little, testing to see how much they can take before you push back. And if you never push back, they will continue taking more. That is why setting boundaries is so important. Boundaries are not about being rude or selfish. They are about protecting your time, energy, and emotional well-being. They communicate to others that while you are kind, you are not a doormat, that while you are willing to help, you will not be used. Reclaiming your power starts with valuing yourself enough to say no. It starts with understanding that your worth is not measured by how much you do for others, but by who you are as a person. The right people in your life will respect your boundaries and appreciate your kindness without exploiting it. And once you begin to surround yourself with those who truly value you, you will realize that you never needed to tolerate being taken advantage of in the first place. Healing from being taken advantage of is not just about cutting off the person who hurt you. It is about rediscovering your own strength and self-worth. When someone repeatedly disrespects your boundaries and takes from you without giving in return, it leaves an emotional wound. That wound does not heal overnight. And it certainly does not disappear simply because the person is no longer in your life. True healing requires a conscious effort to rebuild your confidence, regain trust in yourself, and redefine what you will and will not accept in your relationships moving forward. One of the first steps in this process is learning to forgive. Not necessarily for the other person's sake, but for your own peace. Holding on to resentment only keeps you connected to the pain. However, forgiving does not mean forgetting or excusing what happened. It simply means that you refuse to allow their actions to control your emotions any longer. It is about choosing to focus on your future rather than remaining stuck in the past. Another critical part of healing is self-reflection. Ask yourself why you allow that person to take advantage of you. Were you afraid of conflict? Did you seek validation from them? Did you believe that their approval was necessary for your happiness? Understanding your own patterns and triggers will help you avoid falling into similar situations in the future. It will also empower you to set stronger boundaries and recognize red flags early on. Healing also involves surrounding yourself with people who truly respect and appreciate you. The more you experience healthy relationships, where kindness is mutual and support is given freely, the more you realize how unhealthy that past dynamic was. These positive connections serve as a reminder of how you deserve to be treated and reinforce the idea that love, respect, and appreciation should never have to be earned through sacrifice. Most importantly, healing requires patience with yourself. Growth is not always linear. Some days you may feel strong and unbothered, while on other days memories of the past may resurface. That is okay. Every step you take toward valuing yourself and protecting your peace is progress. And over time, as you continue to prioritize your well-being, you will realize that the person who once took advantage of you no longer has any power over your emotions or your future. Moving forward after being taken advantage of is about more than just cutting ties with the person who hurt you. It is about reclaiming your power and ensuring that you never find yourself in the same situation again. Growth comes when you take control of your own life, setting new standards and refusing to lower them for anyone. It is not about seeking revenge or proving anything to the one who wronged you. It is about proving to yourself that you are stronger, wiser, and more aware than before. One of the most important lessons in moving forward is understanding that your worth is not defined by how someone treated you. Being taken advantage of does not mean you were weak. It means you had the capacity to give, to trust, and to believe in someone. Those qualities are not flaws, they are strengths when directed toward the right people. The mistake was not in being kind, but in giving that kindness to someone who did not deserve it. Recognizing this allows you to keep your heart open without making yourself vulnerable to the wrong individuals. Moving forward also means becoming more intentional about the relationships you allow into your life. Pay attention to actions, not just words. People who genuinely care for you will not need constant reminders to respect your boundaries. They will do so naturally. Trust should not have to be demanded. Should be built over time, proven through consistency and mutual effort. Learning to observe rather than always giving people the benefit of the doubt is a form of self-protection that ensures your kindness is not taken for granted. Another key aspect of moving forward is rebuilding your confidence. Being taken advantage of can shake your trust in yourself, making you question your own judgment. But instead of dwelling on the past, focus on what you have gained. You have learned what manipulation looks like. You have discovered the importance of boundaries. You now understand the value of self-respect. Every lesson you have taken from this experience makes you more capable of navigating life with wisdom and strength. In the end, moving forward is not just about avoiding toxic people. It is about stepping into a version of yourself that is unshakable. The past may have left scars, but those scars are reminders of your resilience. You are not the same person you were before, and that is a good thing. You are stronger, smarter, and more aware of what you deserve. That is the ultimate victory.